Here we are at President Barack Obama's national launch of United We Serve, where EPA Administrator Lisa Jackson is going to be delivering remarks. Volunteers are already working hard on this hot day, offloading trash they've picked up on the banks of the Missouri, right across from downtown Kansas City. These folks are checking microinvertebrates, the aquatic insects that live in the water and indicate its health. On the Lewis Clark Trail, administrators checking out the Missouri River. Right across from downtown Kansas City, Missouri.
This time I'd like to introduce a student that's here today, Ariana Schaefer. Ariana will be an 8th grader next year. She has been working with water quality testing for her entire junior high career. And last year she became one of the student mentors that goes to other schools when they are headed out to the rivers or streams in the area on both sides of the state line, and assists other schools in their training and learning of how to care for the rivers and streams. So I'd like to introduce Ariana Schaefer.
Thank you. I am very honored to introduce someone who is here today to help us with our water quality projects. As EPA's administrator, Lisa Jackson leads a staff of approximately 18,000 professionals dedicated to protecting the public health and environment of all Americans. She was nominated to lead the agency by President Barack Obama. Administrator Jackson lists among her priorities reducing greenhouse gas emissions, improving air quality, managing chemical risks, cleaning up hazardous waste sites, and protecting America's water. Let's welcome Administrator Lisa Jackson.
Well, thank you, Ariana, and thank you, Mayor Reardon. It is indeed a beautiful spot. Those of you who had any hand in this, what an extraordinary job you've done here at Call Point. Thank you, Gary, for the hat and the T-shirt and the help for the environment, to you and the entire team. Hello to my employees. It's good to see you, and especially to Regional Administrator Bill Rice. I am tremendously proud today to be joining dedicated volunteers to kick off our summer service initiative, United We Serve. We're asking all Americans to take part in a sustained service activity in your local community this summer. The Summer of Service will run through the summer and end in a National Day of Service and Remembrance on September 11th. For those of us who have an interest in protecting the environment, this is a particularly fitting day to begin this initiative. And for those of you here to work on this river, it's even more fitting. And that's because it was 40 years ago today that pollution from oil slicks, industrial waste, and sewage on the Cuyahoga River in Cleveland, Ohio caught fire and burned for almost half an hour. That fire on that river was a national news story, and it became a rallying point for people who were concerned about protecting their environment, about protecting human health, and protecting their communities. People across the country looked around in their own communities, and they saw that even if their water wasn't catching on fire, a lot of times it was too polluted to swim in, or it was too dangerous to eat the fish from those waters, or it was unsafe to drink. Those communities resolved to take action, and they organized to serve in their own communities. In less than a year after that happened, Congress passed the National Environmental Policy Act, and not much later, 20 million people came together to celebrate the very first Earth Day. And by the end of 1970, the newly formed Environmental Protection Agency had opened its doors. Today, our environment is cleaner and safer than it has been in generations. Instead of Earth Day, we now celebrate Earth Month. And what started with 20 million Americans has grown into almost 1 billion people around the world who celebrate and serve in their communities during Earth Month. All of that happened because at a moment of great challenge, people came together in order to make a difference. United We Serve is based on the exact same idea. That is, at this moment of great challenge for our country, Americans can come together to make a difference. We've made progress with strong investments in education and healthcare and clean energy, but that is only the beginning. Our full recovery is going to take more than good policies and more than strong investment. It's going to require more than the actions of people in Washington, D.C. Building a foundation that is going to last for generations is an all-hands-on-deck task. The time we're spending today, whether it's to clean up local waters or other tasks, is part of a nationwide movement of service. It's very inspiring to know that by doing what we can in our local community, we can make a better future for the whole country. The best part is it's not hard to get involved. You can visit www.serve.gov and you can find opportunities in the area you're in and in areas that you're interested in. Once you get started, you can post your projects online and you can tell your friends about what you're working on. As we work our way through a host of unprecedented challenges, Americans from every walk of life and every community can help. We can help to build a new foundation for widespread prosperity and for success. With a commitment to service, starting today with the United We Serve initiative, we will emerge from these challenging times a stronger and more vitalized nation. Thank you all so much. Now let's go have some fun on the water.
Horrible. Okay, we've seen it higher and we've seen it lower. Okay, so now water's go on ahead and try pH, our pH meter. Now that's going to tell us how.
This is definitely a hands-on EPA administrator.